Hi friends, now we are continuing to work with process definition document we call process steps under process creation, or the steps required for process creation and Prism RPA. If you really like this video, you please subscribe it and you please refer to your friends. After completion of this process definition document, we will go for solution design document. And if you really like this video, you please subscribe it and you please refer to your friends. Thank you. And so here we'll add controls and to a decision. In every time on the right, on the right is the main page of a process with a stop. You'll use decision stage. We'll add a decision stage. And means the stop. This stop decision will evaluate environment functions and session variables after each work item has been worked. And we'll say about what a stop decision session variables and a stop time. A time session variables is set to the time after which the process should stop processing work. So if you remember the session variables, if you define session variables under exposure data item exposure, and it's available in control room and for testing purpose, and then the stop after items and number session variable. So indicating how many more times to work before stopping. It's very helpful if we want to test or run only a set of set number of cases. And you can see here stop out, these are the data items, a stop after time, stop after some items, stop ASAP, like I said, true or false. And you can see here, and then so here's an expression is stop requested or stop after time equal to 0 or the local time so greater than a stop after time. So why we use stop or a decision? The team controlling the resources can now easily alter the running of a process session within control room. Every process should have a stop time, and a process must never configure to run 24/7 without stopping. And next we'll see about robustness. So based on your process, in a process templates we ensure the implementation of a best practice an exception handling. And exception handling or error management both are same, especially while we are testing in a testing environment where we whenever we get an errors, and then we'll fix the exceptions by using there are various exception stages exception resume, recover and block stages. And the exception block on the main page around the sub pages that interface with the systems. A mark item, that's queues. A mark item is an exception sub page that terminates the process if the same system issue occurs for concurrent work items, and a sub page retry loops. So if an exception occurs in a sub page, could be a one-off issue that would be fixed if the process flows simply tried again. So in the last videos you have already seen exceptions, and then you can catch any exceptions with a recovery stage, and then we can evaluate. Shall we evaluate an exception with a retry a decision if there has been less than three attempts and the exception is a type. So we want to retry, loop around and try again. So if trying again performs actions a tidy of the system being is used. So in the flow on the right we simply restart it, but so we need to read negative back to the correct system state. If not, trying again throw or preserve the exception of the main page. So why is this better? That's the question. For one of application errors or systems that have reliability issues, the retry loop improves the changes of a work queue item being successfully worked. And you can see here, so retry limit and the retry count, and here is an exception block, and here is a condition, the retry count less than a retry limit, and lower exception type equal to system exception, or lower exception type is equal to internal. Next we'll see about in main page exception block. In an exception bobs up towards main page from a sub page, so we don't want the process to terminate. And in main page in a main page block, so in the flow on the right we have added the following: a block around the main work interface subpages with a recover stage, a mark exception subpage that will contain your case exception handling logic, like marking the work queue as an item as an exception, and a resume stage so that the flow can continue on and will attempt to work the next work queue item. Okay, please stay with us for more information on a process creation or a process definition document. Thank you for watching.